Pre-Cal students to class today on this Friday, September 4th. Congratulations on another week being over, and I hope you guys are ready to finish the week well and work hard today. Thank you so much for the work you've put in so far. I appreciate it, and you guys have done a good job so far this week. This year, you will have a quiz, or excuse me, a test next week, and I will give you more information on that next week. At this time, go ahead and turn your homework in from last night. That's probably the easiest assignment you've had this year, and it's probably the easiest assignment you will have for the entire year. But go ahead and turn this homework in now. At this time, make sure your name is on the assignment, please, and go ahead and turn this in. Incompletes, we do have some incompletes. I think it's just one person. And let's see if that's correct here. Let me close this box if I can here. And there we go. Blake, you do your homework pretty regularly, so more than likely you just forgot to turn this in, so make sure you turn that in today. But this assignment was given on Wednesday, and I need you to turn that in as soon as possible. Okay? Alright, moving on to the other announcements. Today we're going to be watching 2 videos and working on homework. Anytime in the past I've said 2 videos, I've been very reasonable. Each of those videos are about 15, 16 minutes a piece. I think 17 minutes actually a piece. So, very normal, nothing unusual about that. One video today is about special triangles. This should be somewhat of a review from last year. In the second video, we will be applying this knowledge to word problems. Again, we did some of this last year, so it should look at least familiar. The name of the teaching videos are, please make note of these, 2 special triangles about 17 minutes long, word problems 9.3. Now, they're called word problems 9.3 because they come from lesson 9.3 in your book, and that's about 17 minutes also. Okay? So those are the 2 videos you'll be watching today in class. The homework that is due Tuesday, and by the way, the reason your homework is due Tuesday, don't forget, Monday is Labor Day, so there's no school on Monday. The homework that's due on Tuesday is page 571, these numbers here, and 573, these numbers here. Okay, I'm going to move on like I always do. So simply ask the teacher to pause the video and go ahead and copy these down, and then you can continue on, alright? But I'm going to go ahead and move on. That's your homework. That is due Tuesday. Now the last numbers on that homework assignment, numbers 71 through 80, they're word problems. Some of them are pretty difficult, so please use the help video to help you, okay? The help video is called September 4th Homework. September 4th Homework. Quizzes, okay? The quizzes will be returned Monday. I have nothing to say. I'm not withholding any information. I have not graded those yet. I will grade those over the weekend, post them on Sycamore, and get those back to you on Monday, okay? If anyone did not take the quiz, since I've not graded them, I don't know who's not taken the quiz. If anyone's not taken the quiz, you will need to take that pretty early next week, okay? Email now. I received an email from a student yesterday in the class, and whenever I get an email, you can rest assured that email stays private between you and I. But the student made some really good points. I want to comment on what the student said. First of all, even my son said to me the other day, he said, Dad, why aren't you giving lesson numbers this year? And I think that's a really good idea to do that. So I'm going to try to start doing that from now on during the intro video, okay, to give you more of an idea of what we're doing. But the student asked, they were having a hard time seeing how all this is going to tie together and what we're doing right now. And excuse me for yawning, it's about almost 2 o'clock in the morning, so listen guys, what I'm doing right now, it's no different than algebra, where you learned how to simplify order of operations, simplify expressions, then solve equations, then do this, then do that, and we will, trust me, be getting into chapter chapters. Of course, we're in a chapter now. We're in chapter 9. But you notice we've been in school for like 2 weeks, and we're on lesson 9.3. Okay, or 3 weeks, however long it's been. I mean, there's a lot of information in this first chapter. So what I'm doing is we're just basically learning trigonometry. Let me glance at my lesson plans real quick. Of course, we started off factoring, and we're going to use that throughout the year. Degrees, minutes, and seconds. We studied that because that very well could be in the ACT test. You definitely need to know what that means. We studied radians. We're going to be dealing with radians for the rest of the semester. Okay. We looked at standard position and coterminal angles. Now we looked at that because we're going to be using those later on when it comes to solving some trig equations. And I will say to you, look at the coterminal angle. Look at the standard position. The trig values we have looked at. This is just all trigonometry, guys. Okay, that's all that it is. And we're just learning tons of trig. And the student asked, how does it kind of tie together? I mean, it's just trig, just like algebra is algebra. The graphing a quadratic equation does not tie in with solving a linear equation. They're just different types of algebra. Guys, we are learning trig, and I'm going to try, and that student really had a good point, I'm going to try, starting next week, to tie some things together a little better, and I really appreciated the email. I'm going to try to tie some things together a little better, explain why we're doing what we're doing, and kind of hopefully tie things together a little better. Okay, so I will be working on that, and anytime you have emails, never ever hesitate to do that. Okay, to contact me. That's all for today, students. Please get started with your 2 teaching videos and then your homework. Have a great 3-day weekend. I know that I'm going to. Contact me if you have any questions at all.